contents. Parental discretion is advised.
News headlines brought to you by
Shop at fontanapharmacy.com and have your order delivered right to your door.
In primetime news this evening, tougher water restrictions coming for half the island.
Beach access standoff in Portland.
And fresh concern about security at music festivals after brawl at St. Anne Party. Good evening and welcome to Primetime News. A very special welcome to our viewers on TVJ International in the Cayman Islands and online at onespotmedia.com. I'm Anthony Love.
And I am Andrea Chisholm.
Coming up in sports.
Yeah, not for the first time, but the West Indies will have to try and qualify for the next 50 over World Cup, which is in 2027. But guess what? The CWI CEO says he's not concerned. We'll tell you all about it in Primetime Sports Monday.
Thank you, Ricardo. We can sing rally.
We can? Oh, can we?
All right. There's also sports commentary and E-Prime, sports commentary and weather in this newscast. But before the break, the feedback question.
And this evening we are asking, what are your thoughts on the latest water restrictions?
Share comments online, facebook.com/Television Jamaica, and post on X at TVJ News Center.
Please stay with us. Primetime News returns after this break.
News headlines brought to you by
Shop at fontanapharmacy.com and have your order
Welcome back to Primetime News.
And a special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
First up this evening, come Monday, August 17, it will be illegal to use water from the National Water Commission, NWSC, to do non-essential tasks such as watering lawns.
This follows a prohibition notice issued by the government amidst worsening drought conditions. The strict measures were the latest in a series of moves announced by the state to try and conserve the commodity.
We have the details in this report.
The slogan says, "Water is life." As drought conditions intensify, life is about to get tougher for residents and businesses in Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Thomas, St. Mary, Portland, St. Anne, and St. Catherine. Following a high-level stakeholder meeting with the NWC and the Meteorological Service of Jamaica, confirmation came that rainfall levels remain critically low and temperatures are rising. As such, a prohibition order will take effect on Monday, August 17. NWC water should not be used for irrigation or watering gardens, lawns, grounds and farms, filling ponds or swimming pools, or for activities other than normal domestic services such as drinking, cooking, washing, bathing, and sanitation. Likewise, you should not use a hose to wash vehicles. Also prohibited, watering or washing of roadways, pavements, paths, or garages, or any activity requiring excessive or unusual quantities of water. In a release on Monday, Water Minister Matthew Samuda said even though the order will have implications on car washes, for example, the government's priority is to maintain supply to critical services as the country prepares for the reopening of schools in September. If individuals breach the prohibition order, they will be guilty of an offense and could face a fine not exceeding $1,000. If they are unable to face the fine, they could face imprisonment for a term not exceeding 30 days.
Ongoing tensions over beach access rights in Portland have reached fever pitch. This follows a standoff between residents of Drapers and the private owners of land surrounding the Sanko Bay Beach. Residents are furious they could lose access to another beach in the parish. Sherwin Williams has that story.
This cell phone video showed the moment the police swooped down on the Sanko Bay Beach in Portland on Sunday, drawing the ire of residents.
Now we are stand up for this. You can't do it. So go back to Ashley and tell him, say, Mr. It's not going to happen.
You have a title for the land?
You have one?
Yes.
Ashley have one?
Yes.
Go for it.
I don't need to.
And before you go for it, before you touch nothing like this, go for it and come prove it. Make it be a court matter.
It's an ongoing row over plans to remove the people who have been occupying these structures on the beach for decades. On Monday, TVJ News visited the area to speak to the residents.
I saw police officers all over the place, you know, with locks and saying they're going to put on locks on the building because some of the buildings are not permitted by parish council. So, you know, it's definitely raised attention and really get me like really angry about it because, you know, these are all both buildings as you can see, yeah? And these buildings were here for a very long time.
You have people trying to make a livelihood here. When you do that, where you expect them to go? This beach is well kept. It's not like a shanty town where you have buildings jack up here and there. This is well kept.
Kevin Bailey is one of the fishermen who occupies this structure on the beach. He said he had to remove one of the locks that was placed on his door in order to enter the property Sunday night.
If my child was here, what would I have done? What would I have done? Because I have 2 kids, and most of the time they are here with me. All right, all the community can vouch for me and that. All right, and this is, as you see, this is what happened. This is what happened. Completely locked out.
Them taking the beach is like taking our lifeline. Doesn't make sense.
The Jamaica Beach Birthright Environmental Movement, JABEM, is also standing with the people of Drapers. Regional Director Wilburn Carr said the authorities cannot continue to have private interests controlling beaches in the country.
The first beach that we lost here in Portland was the one that was given to Trident Hotel while it was being constructed. The second beach that we lost was Sansan Bay Beach, to the same individual who is trying to take Sanko Bay Beach. There was an effort early on to take the Blue Lagoon. That effort is still in court.
Meanwhile, the opposition spokesman on environment, Omar Newell, and MP for East Portland, Isaac Buchanan, have also joined the call for the beach to remain undisturbed.
As you can see, this was a public road. So the beach was on a public road. And they've already taken away some of the beaches that our foreparents were able to swim on. So we can't afford to lose this beach. And we're here to fight with the people.
When we contacted the Portland Municipal Corporation, we were told the corporation is aware of yesterday's standoff. However, it will have to do an investigation before providing a proper response. Sherwin Williams, TVJ News.
More details are emerging about the massive drug seizure at the Kingston Freeport Terminal, with police now revealing that more than 2 tons of cocaine were intercepted over a 3-day period. 8 people are now in police custody as investigations continue. The operation, conducted between August 5 and 7, involved the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, the Jamaica Customs Agency, and the Specialized Operations Branch. The police say more than these 3 days has a combined local street value of approximately 1.24 billion Jamaican dollars. However, based on the estimated value of the shipments, the intended and for the overseas markets, the haul is worth more than 21 billion Jamaican dollars. The JCF says investigations are now intensifying locally and internationally as authorities work to identify and dismantle the criminal syndicates behind the shipments.
Now, ahead of the start of the upcoming school year, the academic staff at 2 of the island's universities are restive. This is due to unresolved compensation and promotion matters. Public Relations Officer of the University of Technology Academic Staff Union, UTASU, Tashika Burris Melville, says the union is particularly concerned about settlement of the government's compensation package for the 2022 to 2025 period.
It's a critical matter because we're seeing where other public sector workers are now negotiating for 2025-2027 academic period, and we are still waiting to get any word on this matter. And what compounds this issue is the fact that our compensation is indexed to that of the University of the West Indies.
President of the West Indies Group of University Teachers, Professor Paul Brown, says the union has been trying for months to get the government back to the negotiating table.
Not rocket science. We have put some things on the table, and I think the time that they would have had should have allowed for them to complete their analysis and to get back to us. Now, it might not be the full a resolution of all of the matters, but at least we'd be advancing. But, you cannot have things in abeyance and then expect that persons will say, well, okay, we see with you, give you another 2 weeks, give you another month. No, it has to stop somewhere, and that is what we're saying.
A government minister is calling on Jamaican women to have more children as the country's birth rate continues to fall. St. Anne's Southwestern MP and State Minister Xavier Main says the declining population is already affecting schools in his constituency. More in this report.
In recent months, Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has been sounding the alarm over Jamaica's declining birth rate. Now, St. Anne's Southwestern Member of Parliament Xavier Main is warning that fewer births could mean fewer students in schools, fewer workers in the future, and an overall decline in Jamaica's population. Mr. Main says the impact is already being felt in his constituency, where one school recently had to close its doors because there were not enough students to keep it open.
More than 1, more than 2. You have to go out there and go have some more people. To have some more children. Because if you don't have pitney, school can't remain open. We can't go give out no award.
Mr. Main, who is also the State Minister and the Minister of Finance, says the situation may require government intervention, with the state considering ways to support and encouraging more women to have children.
I am certain, I am confident that not too long from now the government will be leading on a drive to ensure that we can stimulate, encourage, and increase the birth rate that we see now, because we know that the birth rate is not at the level that we want it to. So for those of you waiting on the government, I am confident that not too long from now, the policies will be communicated, the plans will be advanced. Because for those of you who fear that you can't afford pitney, government is going to help you to have pitney and maintain pitney.
But Member of Parliament for St. Catherine North East, Carencia Morrison, while supportive of initiatives to increase the birth rate, offered this word of caution for women.
You see, before you're going to have the next baby there, make sure you complete your education. Amen. Make sure you complete your skills training. Amen. Make sure you have a supportive man beside you. Because sometimes it's not just about the money. When the baby a ball, you know, want to wake up and help you to hold the baby. You know, want to help you to change the baby. So I want the women, let me tell you something. You see, when a woman, they have a good man, a solid man, a stable man, a man where I go provide for them and be the strength, she will have 1 baby, 2 baby, 3 baby, because she's comfortable.
Both Mr. Main and Miss Morrison were speaking at an awards service in St. Anne Southwestern Sunday.
Still to come this evening, respected attorney and public servant George Soutar has died. And in business news, Sherwin Williams ends manufacturing operations at its St. Catherine facility. We'll be right back.
KFC Summer Bucket.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
This KFC bucket deal has you thinking chicken. Get the summer bucket for $4,700.
Nurturing businesses with support and services to help them grow and bloom. The Time by Sagicor Bank is
No join the manual line, tap up online. They get up online instead.
The time is
KFC Summer Bucket.
Chicken, mega deal, super chicken, mega deal.
This KFC bucket deal has you
With us, we're continuing the news. What was meant to be a day of fun and frolic on Sunday at the Zimi Beach event in St. Anne has instead reignited fresh concerns about safety. The concerns come on the heels of a brawl which left at least one person nursing wounds at hospital. This is the violent assault at Zimi Beach in St. Anne, which has gone viral on social media, sparking public outrage. In the disturbing video, which has been shared thousands of times, several men are seen surrounding an individual before repeatedly punching, kicking, and stomping him as chaos unfolds. The brazen attack has fueled questions about the level of security at the event and whether quicker intervention could have prevented it from escalating. That aside, TVJ News understands that a police report was made following the incident, and investigators have identified at least 5 men believed to be involved. A search is now underway as detectives work to locate the suspects. But as the video continues to circulate online, many are questioning what led to the incident and how the attack was allowed to happen in such a crowded space, and where were the security? Responding to the incident on Monday, the organizers of Best Weekend Ever expressed disappointment and regret over a physical altercation involving patrons at its beach event on Sunday. The party organizers said Best Weekend Ever has never condoned violence of any kind at their events. According to the directors, over the years, Best Weekend Ever has established a strong track record of providing safe, well-managed entertainment experiences for thousands of patrons. The release added that additional security measures have been put in place for the final event being staged on Monday.
Police assigned to the Westmoreland Police Division are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of a male teacher who was found at his house on Sunday. He has been identified as 39-year-old Andre James of Bluefields, Westmoreland. He was a teacher at the Little London Primary and Infant School. Police report that at about midday Sunday, a relative discovered Mr. James's body and summoned the police. On arrival, Mr. James was seen in his room with what appeared to be multiple stab wounds to the upper body. Chairman of the Little London Primary and Infant School, Councillor Ian Miles, says the school community has been rocked by the tragic death of the teacher. He says Mr. James was a results-oriented professional whose absence will be noticeable.
Respected attorney-at-law and public servant George Soutar has died. He passed away on Monday. Mr. Soutar, during his years of service, was chairman of the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica. He was also the president of the Advocates Association of Jamaica. Now, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness led those paying tribute to Mr. Soutar. The Prime Minister described the former attorney as a man of principle and someone whose life was defined by service to Jamaica. Mr. Soutar was also the lone surviving member of an early leadership group of the Jamaica Labour Party. A period President of the Senate Tom Tavares Finson remembers while also paying tribute to him.
During the time that he spent at the bar, he mentored countless of young lawyers, many of whom are now at the pinnacle of their careers at the bar and in various agencies across the country. He was widely loved and respected, and someone who no one had a bad word to say about. He will be sorely missed. From the point of view of the Jamaica Labour Party, he participated in virtually every important development in the party since he was called, including countless hours spent during the state of emergency supporting persons who had been detained, and during the Green Bay inquiry, played an important role there.
As the entertainment scene continues to evolve, major brands are increasingly using premium events to get closer to consumers. At Milk and Honey, held under the Best Weekend Ever party series, the Spirits portfolio of Red Stripe used the event to showcase its premium offerings and tap into the changing market.
Designer outfits, high-end beverages, and curated spaces. At first glance, Milk and Honey look like another premium Best Weekend Ever experience.
And I'm enjoying it. I'm having so much fun. I'm loving the culture. I'm loving the food. And best of all, I love you!
In the midst of it all, Red Stripe used the event to showcase its premium spirit portfolio, pairing global brands with curated experiences. Nadine Hilton is the brand manager.
This year we decided to lead with Don Julio for several reasons. Don Julio is by far our most premium alcohol next to Johnny Walker in our portfolio, because we have Don Julio Blanco, Don Julio Reposado, which is very popular right now, and of course the 1942, which everybody wants to have. So if this is the premium event of the weekend, then certainly Don Julio needed to be the premium sponsor.
That approach represents a wider shift in the beverage industry, where events have increasingly become platforms for, among other things, building loyalty and driving spending. A matter State Minister in the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce, Delano Seavright, welcomes. He believes the support for the 2026 staging helps to paint a picture of what's to come.
The fact that the turnout has been phenomenal indicates to me that certainly for 2027, when we expect a massive rebound, Minister Bartlett and the Jamaica Tourist Board will have discussed this. We expect a massive rebound in 2027 as the hotels open up, and of course all the other Airbnbs and so on come back online. We know the events are going to be even bigger next year. But beyond that, we're also happy with the fact that St. Anne has proved itself as the almost perfect entertainment venue that balances tourism and locals, and that's, I think, a big deal for us.
That ripple effect extends throughout the event ecosystem. Caterers like Junior Lowe from Flaming Walk Catering capitalized, labeling it as one of his best weekends.
It's an amazing feeling, after doing so many years of work, to be a part of something this major is a great accomplishment.
As the industry continues to evolve, the goal is clear. Leverage premium experiences to create lasting economic value and keep Jamaica competitive where entertainment and commerce intersect.
We'll continue to listen to our consumers, of course. We'll continue to show you how to drink and live responsibly while consuming our products. But you can expect the excitement that wherever Jamaica has vibe, wherever Jamaica wants experience, wherever you are, we will be there to support.
Coming up later in this newscast, at least 111 killed in Colombia's largest earthquake in years. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're continuing the news. A group of Jamaicans living in the United States is back in St. Elizabeth for the second year, giving back to children in Pedro Plains. The team hosted a back-to-school treat providing school supplies, healthcare, and a day of fun. Here's Yannick Williams with this evening's Ray of Hope.
Ray of Hope, brought to you by
Quartz has what you need to make home yours. Easy payment plans using Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz, make home yours.
For the children of Pedro Plains, it was a day of giving, caring, and fun. Jamaicans from the community now living in the United States returned home for the second year to support students as they prepare for the new school year. The initiative provided school bags, books, pencils, and all essentials needed.
We really support and thankful of your help towards us with the back to school and support. So we really appreciate you and thank you guys a lot.
The grounds of the Rural Roots Corporation in Newell were turned into a playground, giving the children a chance to relax, have fun, and simply enjoy being kids. But it wasn't all about schoolwork. Organizers decided to give back to the community by also installing solar system for residents who were affected by Hurricane Melissa and still have not received the light.
I'm so happy that I get a solar system. I didn't have any current, and I'm so happy that I get current. I can be able to use my fridge now and get something cool.
My garden was destroyed during the passage of Melissa, and the house that I was living in, the roof was damaged. I lost all my things, and I'm telling you, it's a difficult time.
In the meantime, organizers say the initiative is more than providing immediate assistance. It is about helping to build back the community stronger while investing in the children and their future.
From the perspective of Rural Roots Corporation, giving back to the community, we're not just in the business to make money. We're in the business to also build the community. And on top of what you're seeing here today, where we're catering to over 300 children and over 200 parents here who have also been participating in the giveaways, the prizes, the competition. Today we're hosting this event to the tune of over $2 million. In addition to what you see here, at 4 p.m. today, we'll be handing over a solar system to a very needy person who is well deserving, who never had light before. And not only are we powering our home, we also did the electrical work.
With your Ray of Hope, I'm Yannick Williams.
Ray of Hope, brought to you by
Quartz has what you need to make home yours. Easy payment plans using Quartz Ready Finance. Quartz, make home yours.
Time now for the responses from our friends on Facebook and X. And the question is, what are your thoughts on the latest water restrictions? And the first response is from Audley. Hello, Audley. It's a necessary emergency response to the severe drought and critically low storage levels at major water facilities. And another comment from Romanda King Johnson. It's necessary, however, for the past 10 years, government doing the same thing, poor planning and execution to remedy such dire matter. Do we have another comment? Tina says, NWC needs to begin scheduling water from when the dams reach 75%. Then they should stop water to everyone between 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. Do not wait until they are below 50% to begin restrictions, especially if the Meteorological Office predicts no rain in sight. Then the water would last longer. Samantha says, being that it's an everyday need, not good at all. Dion says, when will those in authority wake up and build bigger reservoirs? There's a period of drought in Jamaica every year. The response continues to be the same, water restrictions. Do we have another or that's it? Okay, seems as if that's it. Keep sending those comments, facebook.com/television Jamaica and post on X at TVJ News Center. The Business Day and news from overseas are next. Stay with us.
Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Dwayne Anderson. Sherwin Williams has ended manufacturing operations at its St. Catherine facility as the company shifts its Jamaican business to a distribution-only model. The paint and coatings company says the decision, which took effect on July 31, was part of a broader effort to simplify its operations and align with long-term business strategy. Sherwin Williams stressed that the closure was not due to the performance of the St. Catherine facility. The company will remain in Jamaica, operating distribution centers in St. Catherine and Montego Bay St. James, along with its 24 company-owned retail stores. Now, following the change, Sherwin Williams says it will employ 180 people locally and continue serving more than 27,000 customers. Products previously manufactured in St. Catherine will now be produced at other Sherwin Williams facilities and imported into Jamaica. Now, decommissioning of the manufacturing operation is expected to continue into 2027, while the company says a support package will be provided to affected employees. Destination Jamaica is back in business. That's the message Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association President O'Brien Heron says the Jamaica Product Exchange JPEX trade show will send to the world, even as hotels battered by Hurricane Melissa continue the rebuilding process. Now, at Monday's JPEX 2026 launch, both the current and past presidents of the JHTA added that the current water restrictions have also been factored into the hotel's resilience plans. Krista Campbell has our story.
Hotels in western parishes battered by Hurricane Melissa last October are still rebuilding. And according to the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, JHTA, the rebound is just in time for September's staging of Jamaica Product Exchange JPEX trade show. Now, the rebuilding is also happening at a time of worsening heat and dry conditions, which sparked even tighter water restrictions. But the JHTA says that has been factored into the resilience plan within the tourism sector.
Many of our members do have backup water supply. That's something that's part of our own preparedness. Generally speaking, most hotels are built with backup water supply, backup generator, and it's something that is very important for us. And I think any hotel that is building now or anybody looking forward from a resilience point of view is putting that into their plant. Ensuring extra capacity, because as you know, as you said, times are changing. So maybe before you had, 100, liters of water, but now you might want to put in 2 or 3 or 4.
As for the post-Hurricane Melissa recovery,
a number of our hotels that are doing recovery work coming out of Melissa are not simply applying a coat of paint. There's quite a bit of investment that is taking place, hotel by hotel. Physical upgrade to the product, physical upgrade to the infrastructure. And I think there is no other way for anybody to experience this than to actually come, touch it, feel it, taste it, eat it, sleep in it, and really be able to go and tell the world in a very positive way that Jamaica is not just back, but investing heavily in the destination.
The JHTA stressed the importance of partnerships in helping to strengthen resilience in the region against shocks like the COVID-19 pandemic and natural disasters such as hurricanes and droughts. The Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, CHTA, represents hotels and tourism-related businesses in the region.
The CHTA partnered with the JHTA on a tourism recovery program, and we were able to fund jointly about $120,000 in monies that are going towards tourism workers, which is actually going to be done through the TEF START program, which of course the Ministry of Tourism had their own very extensive program to support our tourism.
The JPEX Tourism Trade Show returns to Oteria St. Anne for the first time in 10 years under the theme Jamaica Reimagined. It will be held at Moon Palace Hotel from Monday, September 14 to Thursday, September 17, 2026. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
To some stocks news now, the JSE index declined by 1,891 points, while the junior market index advanced by 27 points. The advancers Blue Power Group, PBS USD ordinary shares, Sagicor Real Estate X Fund, JFP, and JFP. Now, the losers, they included Caribbean Assurance Brokers, Cygnus Credit Investments, US dollar shares, Elite Diagnostic, Jetcon Corporation, Margaritaville Turks, US dollar shares, and 20 stocks traded firm. Apologies for the absence of the graphics in that particular story. Let's go now to the foreign exchange, because at the end of foreign exchange trading, banks and cambios were selling the US dollar for an average $159.56. The Canadian dollar is being sold for $114.24. The pound is going for $215.52, while the euro is selling for an average $184.05. And that's the business news from overseas when we return.
Welcome back. In news overseas, at least 110 people are dead and a state of emergency has been declared after Colombia was hit by one of its largest earthquakes in years. The death toll is likely to rise with more fear trapped under collapsed buildings. The country's geological service says the magnitude 7.4 quake struck at a depth of 103 kilometers in Choco province. It was felt across an enormous area stretching for hundreds of miles across western Colombia. Many of the deaths have been concentrated in the city of Pereira in Colombia's coffee-growing region, with surrounding cities and the Valle del Cauca region also hard hit.
Tragic story there, love.
It is, Andrea.
And the primetime news package continues with sports right after the break.